talking about figures, cash in hand, cash outside. There are parameters like health, education. We are very poor in these sectors and we are borrowing power from outside. So what do you
Borrowing
mean by
what?
power? So what do you
Borrowing
mean?
power. We don't borrow power.
What do you mean by you are spending a lot of money on power? But what do you mean by growth? What is this growth? Can you tell us?
Growth is basically the GSDP growing. So when you look at the GSDP, it involves everything from government investment, government spending, to private investment that takes place, to the overall consumption that takes place. So growth in the economy is when we see the gross state domestic product grow. So that is what the growth factor is. So today, say for example, if we have a large investment that comes into say the private sector in say power, so that will add to the GSDP of the state. Tomorrow we end up building up a large say state secretariat. Now that's expenditure from the government side. That adds to the government's expenditure and that adds to the GSDP. So tomorrow next year when we say show an additional expenditure of 500 crores on that goes into the GSDP calculation, and tomorrow we will see the GSDP grow. So therefore growth means basically economic growth, means basically expenditure, increase in consumption, government expenditure, private investments coming in, net exports, import export. So all these factors lead to the growth, and that's what it is.
But what about the human resource development? I pointed out about the health, education.
So you're talking about two different things. That's the reason why a lot of governments today talk about whether GDP or GSDP is actually the only way or the right way for any government to look at the overall performance of the economy and the government. So you're asking two different aspects. And I, for one, subscribe, in fact, to that particular thought process. And that's the reason why, if you look at the Vision 10 document that we have shown, why have we said that we want to go for a $10 billion economy? Now, $10 billion economy means we will double our economy in whatever 7, 8, 10 years which we had planned. But is that enough? Now, is it enough to just have that and yet not having the health sector and the education sector and the farmers and the women and the youth benefit from it? That's the reason why, if you had read my vision document, you would have realized that while we talk of Vision 10, we also talk of 10 opportunities, we talk of 10 commitments. What are these commitments? These commitments are that when we achieve the $10 billion economy, we will not forget that we have to also give back to society in terms of the health investment. So we have talked about how we will transform and work towards the health sector. So the $10 billion economy should happen. But while that happens, it should also help the education, it should help the youth, the women, the health sector. And those are the social aspects which you're talking about. And hence the Vision 10 document, thank you for asking this question, it's helping me to clarify. That is the whole idea of ensuring that we have a balanced growth. We have a growth that will ensure that every section of society is taken on board while we're moving forward. And that's how an economy should grow. This debate is a very large debate, in fact, at the global level also. And that's why, nations like Bhutan have come out with something that they call the Gross Happiness Index, because they feel that just GSDP or GDP is not a fair enough number to judge the overall happiness, growth, and social justice at the grassroots level. So it's a much larger debate, but I don't think we have time to go into all of that. But yes, a valid question, and that's what the scenario is.